What's going on, guys? LUNATEK CC here, and I've been playing the game a while now, and I consider myself, an experienced player. You see there, my main account's 204k, and I thought I'd do a few videos on just tips for the game and advice I've sort of like accumulate, I can give and knowledge I've accumulated over time. There's lots of different areas and give advice in. So for this first part, I thought I'd just make a general sort of advice video that applies to everyone in the game. So even if you're an experienced player and you think you know everything, maybe I might tell you something you hadn't thought of or something new. So give it a shot and watch the video. So on my first advice is and this is for everyone, whether you're free to play or pay to play. As soon as you log in and just check the events, every time. Just get into that habit all the time. As you see here today, it's told me it's Fountain Fortuna. I've already collected my Fountain Fortuna. But sometimes what comes up in the bazaar as well, there'll be like, there's nothing here at the moment. But well, see this spend gems and win event, and even if you're free to play, if you end up spending 300 gems, you might not have collected those honor badges and the extra gold and things like that. But many times like free stuff comes up, and I find people in my guild didn't check the events and they missed out on it. It happens quite a lot, so that's the main one for that. Make sure you check the events every day, every single day, no matter what you do. If you haven't got much time to play the game and you're just coming in to do your sweeps and you're thinking, right, I'm just going to log in, collect my daily rewards, do my sweeps and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Make sure you do your sweeps. Don't just check in and don't just check in and then just collect your dailies and go. You're missing out on XP, and obviously check into your lost realms and everything. Get your blue crystals as well. But if you are doing that, it is worthwhile just opening up the quest board, and because just see, rather than just go like, I'll just do my, you can just jump, like, say I wanted to log in quickly, I go, right, just 2 seconds, and just quickly complete these 3 gem quest boards, and I've got talent refresh cards, and so I can do this talent refresh, but I not done that. Too heavy blow, that sucks, never mind. Had I not just done that, I would have given up extra 350 gems added onto the account, and or you could, then do your sweeps and collect the rewards. You might get some bucks back. So it's, if you're going in quickly and you think, I haven't got time to do a quest board, just open it up, just get the gems and just do, complete it as much as you can. Even if you're gonna let the quest board run dry. Obviously if like you're going to be able to log in a couple hours later, maybe you can save it. But definitely if you're thinking, I'm not having to play today, I'm just logging in quickly. That's definitely something you should be doing. This is another one people might have overlooked because there was an update that changed this, right? It used to be when you open your Druid card, the Druid would go onto your altar. They've changed that now, so just in case anyone's selling these, their honor badges, just in case anyone is selling, I doubt they are, but $500 badges doesn't seem worth. But just in case you are, make sure you open these Druid cards because you get slimes and bucks out of them, and the Druid card actually just goes to here now. So rather than going onto the altar, like I know for a fact I had 77 heroes, and it's still on 77. And see, there's no level 1 druid. So make sure you're opening your druid card now. I can't be amazed if anyone's selling it for 500 honor badges. For everyone, if join a guild. Obviously, it's very important to join a guild. Put the work in if you join a guild. You might be a casual player, not looking to do many events. You need to be with a casual guild then. If you're with a guild that's doing well in guild wars and pushing for events, put the work in. Definitely put the work in. Don't you're letting the guild down otherwise. You know what I mean? Your chances are you're gonna get kicked eventually. So put the work in if you're in a guild. That should go without saying. I recommend you save up your gems before rolling them. I still see like comments on YouTube videos and stuff like that. People saying, they're struggling to get things, and I ask them and how many gems they roll, and they'll say, they roll every like then they get about 450 gems or save up like 1,000 or something. You want to be saving up like 5,000 absolute minimum. Personally, I would say to you, if you're free to play, is save up just over 8,000, roll on the 8,000, spend gems into the 8,000 mark. At least you get the quest refresh back then as well. Or do it for uncover the treasure. You've got more chance of getting heroes the more you roll. So the more you save up, the more you roll, the better chance of getting things. So um, I would definitely recommend if you enjoy the game, have multiple accounts. I got 4 accounts. I really recommend having multiple accounts. One of the big advantages of having multiple accounts is, and especially if you're the type of person who revives heroes and spends 10 gems, revives heroes. Obviously, if gems, if you buy in loads all the time, gems aren't worth that much to it. May not bother you reviving a hero, but over time, if you're reviving your heroes all the time, you're spending 10 gems a pop. That's a lot of gems. And if you worked out how many gems over the year, you'd probably think, oh shit, I'm going to stop reviving my heroes. So if you've got multiple accounts, one of the good things is you can be in the quest board. If you lose your heroes, you switch to the other account, go do things on there. By the time you come back to the other account, chances are your heroes will revive. So it'll help you save on gems, and it's just you get more out of the game. You got a chance to play with different heroes, work on different heroes on other accounts, roll more gems, and So I definitely recommend, if you enjoy the game, having at least 2 accounts. Definitely. Um, if you're in a guild and just in general, try and use line chat. Um, I try and push for line chat on with our guild, but getting everyone on there can be a bit difficult. But and don't be afraid to ask for advice. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'll never forget when I first rolled Trixie Treat, and I said, oh, well, I went for Bulwark instead of War God, and someone said, oh, she comes with a War God, Chris, and I was like, oh, thank God I didn't put a War God on there. But it's just like you just don't assume you know absolutely everything to the game. I certainly don't assume I know everything. I'm always looking for extra advice off people if I need it, and you're always learning with things. Especially when new updates come in and things like that. So don't be afraid to ask advice. Get online, line chat in your guild, and chat to people. Be active with it. I also recommend you join the Wii Gamers thing. Where you can download that in the Google Play Store because you can accumulate points and buy things for your account. And this goes to people doing Wretched Gorge 3 who are still using Skull Knights and Dread Drake. Please, if you are doing Wretched Gorge 3, right, please don't have a Skull Knight and don't have a Dread Drake. The amount of damn... Let's see what we got here. See, look at this guy here. He's all devils and he's still using a Skull Knight. I mean, what's he doing? Like, right? If you're running Wretched Gorge 3, right, you want scatter heroes, right? The reason you don't want a Skull Knight and you don't want a Dread Drake, right, is because I mean, Dread Drake can not be as problematic if he doesn't have a life drain, but his defense shield can really slow things down. But Skull Knight can end up just soloing on the demon and being the only one hitting the demon, and you time out because he's not going to do enough damage. If all the PDs, dead and everything like that. If it's just Skull Knight on his own, you risk every time you got a Skull Knight and a Dread Drake in your team, you're risking A, timing out, and B, you're risking people skipping you all the time. If you've got a Skull Knight in your team and you're finding you get skipped a lot when you've got like devils and stuff, that's why, So take your Skull Knight, take your Dread Drake. I mean, Skull Knight's one of my best heroes and Dread Drake's one of my best heroes, but I don't have them in the setup. So see what I'm using Ghoul for heal. I put my PD there, and I got Phantom King for the scatter. My Malt State scatter. He's not even double evolved. I've got, I could put. There's other devils I put in, but because of his 8 scatter and the slowdown, it's really good. I got a Vlad and a Grim Fiend. That's the kind of setup you want. You don't put a Dread Drake and don't have a Skull Knight in, and you will find it a lot easier joining randoms. It just blows my mind the amount of people who still put Skull Knights and Dread Drake. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that some people actually make up bases which read it with the walls that this just says no SK and no DD, and you'll have like the 2 heroes at the bottom on the altar. Now they actually go the time and effort to tell people this. So if you're still running Wretched Gorge 3 and you haven't changed your Skull Knight and Dread Drake, take him out, okay, please, because it's still so annoying seeing people still doing that. These high-minded accounts, with double evolves, and they still haven't done that. Okay, yeah, I think that's just about everything. I won't bother saying too much about Mesa. You probably when you get them, Mace is about if having a PD. If you're free to play in low level and you got your pumpkin troop, I recommend you leveling up him as high as possible, so you find it easier to not get kicked out of Mesa teams. That's really the only advice. I mean, Mesa's everyone knows the score with Mesa and stuff. Um, Try and get on a lava team as well. If you're a double evo level, start trying to run lava. That's that I recommend definitely. All right, that's a part one of this series, and guys, I have got a lot of other advice for the game, but I think I'll break it down into sections. I didn't want to make a half-hour video me rambling on. So this, I was this all these tips are kind of applied to everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid and got something out of it. Okay, cheers, guys.